We're here in downtown Bangkok, Thailand, and it's called the Protestant cemetery. You can kind of look around a little bit. There's a little more than 1,000 graves here. But one of the graves I want to show you about today here is one of the pioneer missionaries to, at the time, Siam, now Thailand, and right here in Bangkok. So we'll come over this way. And here we've got the grave of John Taylor Jones. He, the headstone there says a pioneer missionary of Siam. Again, that's Thailand now. He died in 1851, the age of 49 years old. And then also beside him in this grave is his wife, Eliza. She passed away well before he did in 1838 at the age of 35 years old. Joining them in this grave as well as two of their children, Henry, their son, who died in 1833 at 3 months old, and then also their daughter, Rebecca, who died in 1834 at the young age of 2.5 years old. I want to point out something down here on this grave that you have to kind of look close to see. But in addition to this information here, there's one statement down here that I think sums up the life of John Taylor Jones, his wife Eliza, and what they did for the Lord here as pioneer missionaries in Bangkok. And that's this. The grave says, "It is sown in weakness, it is raised in power." And that kind of summarizes the life of this family. The Joneses were married in about 1830, and they sailed after their wedding to Burma and joined the Judsons for a couple years. Then they got word that there was a great need for missionaries here in Bangkok, and so they left and came down here and began their service here. Eliza put together a Siamese English dictionary and also began translation work. And then John Taylor Jones also, one of his crowning achievements was a translation of the Bible into the Thai language. Interestingly enough, the very first missionary to work among the Thai people didn't do it in Siam or Thailand. They did it in Burma, and that's the wife of Adoniram Judson, Ann Judson. After she learned Burmese, she also learned Thai and began to witness to the displaced Thai soldiers that had been sent or gone to Burma for a while. She witnessed to them, wrote tracts to them, for them in their language, and was overjoyed when the mission work here in Bangkok began. Now, a big success for the Jones family was among the Chinese that also were here in Bangkok at the time. And of course the Siamese, like the Thais today, very steeped in Buddhism, and so he also put his efforts with the Chinese. Very similar to Adoniram Judson, missionary Jones had 3 wives. You know, Eliza there, she passed away rather young into her life, I think in her mid-30s, and then he married again, and his second wife and he were traveling back to the States together for her health. Just like Judson's second wife, she passed away on the journey home. And then he married for the 3rd time a lady by the name of Sarah. Sarah's grave's right here. This is Sarah Sleeper, and you see she's born here in 1812, and she is the 3rd and last wife of John Taylor Jones, and he, of course, passed away at the age of 49. But notice that she stayed here and served as a missionary. Later would remarry, served as a missionary until 1889 here in Bangkok. Which, by the way, it is May, and it is Bangkok, and it is hot right now. And so she served as a missionary for 42 years, faithfully serving the Lord. There are some other missionaries that we have here as well. One is this back here. This is John Carrington, and 1840 to 1912. The bottom of his grave says, "Enter thou into the joy of the Lord." John Carrington was very much involved with the Bible Society and getting the Bible translated and distributed here throughout Bangkok for the people. So right in the middle of this bustling, busy city. I don't know, 10 million people or so. There's this Protestant cemetery. It's actually interesting. It's shared by a lot of Jews are in here as well. But we find here John Taylor Jones. Encourage you to read about him, read about his life and his commitment to the Lord. Born in New Hampshire, died here in Bangkok in the service of God. Trust his life of his family is an encouragement and challenge to all of us.